everybody. ASMR.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening. When I whisper, I get anxiety.
Well, I don't.
We're just joking. We're not going to do the whole thing like that because it would drive me insane.
It does not. I love it. I'm like, I wish I had food right now. That way I can do like.
Make sure people can hear you. Talk a little bit louder.
Can y'all hear me? Oh, sorry.
Well, they can't answer you.
Oh.
But just make sure. Hey, hello, everybody. Welcome. This is my guest today. I'm here with G, the one and only. We got J and G right here with you today. Let's talk right now. Back to school edition. Today was the first day
Yes, it was.
of what, G?
High school.
What kind?
High school.
What is it? High school. What is that?
High school.
High school. So tell me this, when you finish, do they call it by school? That's a dad joke. Get it? High, bye?
Yeah.
Didn't like that one?
No.
I'll work on it. We want to thank you for joining us today. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and tag a few people. Say hi to everybody, G.
Hi. I don't get to do what my mom does, like that game
You don't
that y'all
get to,
play
yeah.
at 5.
Why not?
Well, because I'm actually.
Because you don't have the social media thing to do it right now.
But it's okay.
But it's all right.
downloading.
It's okay. People are going to know that you're here. I'm going to go ahead and start tagging your brothers and your sisters first. That's who I'm going to tag.
Oh.
So that they can check this out and say hello.
Oh,
if they happen. Maybe Maya all the way in Mexico will be able to see you. That would be so cool because then we could go international real quick. Yeah, we'd be across the border. And we'd actually have a view somewhere across the border in Mexico.
That'd be cool.
She's playing basketball. She actually has a game tonight.
Oh. I wish I could teleport.
Yeah, that's
Did y'all
different.
know that Apple is actually making a product where you can teleport and it's $56 million?
$56 million to be able to teleport.
Better start saving up.
$56 million.
56 million. Yeah, 56 million.
If you give me $56 million, I'll teleport right now.
Where?
Huh? Well, I'll go straight to the
where would you
airport and I'll tell them to port
my
me
gosh.
wherever I need to be
Port me.
next. $56 million, you can teleport anywhere.
That's crazy.
You sure right.
I feel like my mom, you know?
Do you feel like your
Oh,
mom right now? I
bedazzled.
usually sit on that side,
I
so
love
you're
you,
actually
Mama.
on my side.
I love you,
You're
Mom.
on my side right now. That's usually where I'm sitting.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm the queen, not king.
So tell me about your first day of high school. What was it like?
Let's just say it wasn't stressful, but it was also nervous because our bell rings, like, you know, it's like ding, 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 you know? But it wasn't. It sounded like someone was hijacking our system, so I
How?
freaked out.
What was the noise? Say it.
It was like that, and I was like, not the first day. Not the first day. Like the first time, and everyone was like moving and running. I was like, what's going on? And then I was like, what's going on? And then I asked my friend. She was like, oh, we're going to class. And I was like, oh, okay.
So let me ask you this. Whenever you're thinking about the first day of school, what are the things that are most important to you?
Probably getting to see who's in my classes first. That way I can just get a feel, you know?
Uh-huh.
And then probably, well, because last year we didn't get to use our phones at lunch, and this time I get to. So while I eat, I get to watch Netflix.
So you get to watch Netflix while you eat.
Yes, probably.
Well, that's pretty cool, I guess,
like
right? What are you going to watch? What are
well,
you binging right now?
What am I
Hey, Faith is
binging?
on. Say hi to your sister. She's on.
Hi, Faith.
Yeah, man. So I'm just asking G right now about her first day of high school. So what are you watching right now on Netflix? What are some things you enjoy watching?
Well, I just started.
Yeah, we got to turn that off, kid.
Just
Yeah, your undivided attention right now.
Notifications.
The public needs you right now.
So what I'm trying to think. The movie that I watched today was called The Royal Treatment.
Uh-huh.
It's really good.
Azrael, how are you doing? Azrael Courtney, thank you for watching today. So what are some of the challenges, or what are some of the things that you face? Challenges is the word. Being a freshman, being a young lady, going into high school, like what are some of the challenges you foresee, going into the school year?
Well, it's the first day, but
Yeah, I know. That's why I called it foreseeing. That means seeing out.
probably, well, nothing, because I'm strong and I'm a mama's daughter. No, probably just not getting like taken anything personal since I'm a freshman. You know, like,
Uh-huh.
have you heard that saying, like, when you get pushed around in the halls? And
Does
like,
that
you don't
happen?
No,
Did anyone push you today?
no, because
Okay.
I'm like,
All you gotta do is tell me.
I know, I'm like, can you scoot back, please?
So did you get to see, like, you got to run into your old friends from middle school, and what was that like?
I didn't really, I seen like a bunch of people from my old school, but I guess that's in the past, so I don't really talk to them. I don't know.
Well, you've gone 3 months without seeing anybody.
Yeah, that's true.
So now all of a sudden you see them again, and you're around
They're
even
like,
more
oh,
people.
wow, you're still alive. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Still alive.
That's interesting. So what are some of the things you're looking forward to?
Oh, I'm really looking forward. I just got into athletics trainer. I'm a trainer, and I'm super excited because on Friday I get to go out of town 3 hours away on a Friday night.
Oh, so you get to ride the bus.
No, not the bus yet.
Okay, so how are you going to get there? Because I am not taking
The
you.
SUV.
Oh, okay, so they got an SUV that they ride out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that sounds like fun. So what do you think that's going to be like? Kind of what do you foresee that as?
I think it's a very big change because, you know, I never got this opportunity in middle school.
Uh-huh.
And now I get to, I guess, have the opportunity to go out, like, out of town without my parents, which I'm not going to say it's scary, but it's a new change.
Okay. So getting to go out of town with a group of kids and of course your teachers and stuff like that, and having that experience, right?
And my teacher, she's very funny. Like, when I first met her, she was like, and you know, you can be on your phone, just I don't want you to see scrolling on TikTok, yada yada. And I was like, she was like, that's just not the vibe. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, so
like,
she was using,
yeah, like she was using like Gen Z, like I guess slang. And it was so funny because like I thought she was gonna be strict. She was like, yeah, you need to rap paper, like not paper, like you need to rap someone, you know. I thought she was gonna be like that, but no, she wasn't. She was really chill, and I love her already.
Okay, well, I love that. So you're preparing to be an athletic trainer this year. You're gonna be actually trained for that to help athletes if they're injured. What do you think about that?
I think it's pretty good, and I feel like I already have like a sneak peek because I got to take the CNA class.
Get out of
here! And I guess some of the stuff is like similar.
That's it. You said it. You got it. Really good. I feel like I'm on here with your mom right now. That's cool. You got it. That's how you say it. Perfect.
Anyways, and I feel like there's a lot of similarities.
Even that one. You even did that one right.
Big girl words. Just kidding.
High school.
Yeah,
you high school now. High school vocab.
High school. I'm a freshman, but focus on the fresh. What's it called? What was I gonna say? Oh gosh, I forgot.
Well, you were talking about having taken the CNA course and
that's correct.
The similarities between CNA and then some of the stuff you'll be doing as an athletic trainer.
There's criticals in CNA, like being a certified nursing assistant, and being an athletic trainer, because they both have to do, you know, like first aid kits.
You're okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Move on.
Okay.
Moving right along.
Okay. And then after that, another thing is probably, I'm trying to think, because I mean they're different, but they're also similar.
Well, I mean, you're learning. Well, in CNA, I mean, you're learning how to care for people. So you're learning how to build a rapport with somebody, get them to trust you, calm them down, keep them at ease, and also have some of the beginning steps of how to care for them. So that's where they're alike. Because even in athletic trainer, you're not the doctor. You know what I mean? You're just the person that tries to get them prepped and prepared to get to the place where they can get further help if they need it. So you're excited about that. I think it's cool. I mean, you're 14 years old. You've taken a CNA class. I think that's pretty stinking awesome, right? Yeah. I think that's pretty cool. I can't wait for you to get a job, because now you can get a job and you can help us out, man. You can pay some bills. That'd be pretty cool, right? Excited about that?
In nursing terms, it's cross-contamination. So I'm gonna say no to
Cross-contamination.
that. I'm gonna say no to
Cross-contamination.
that.
Huh?
Yeah.
You can't
My
take
bills are paying for my makeup, my shoes.
Well,
my
even then, if you're
rings,
paying for those things, I don't have to. I'm okay with that. I don't need you to keep the electricity on,
Well,
but yeah,
maybe
that'd be cool.
you can help out.
All
you know?
right, all
Just
right.
probably
Well,
like
that's
the
cool.
whole paycheck.
I'm gonna hold you to do that next summer. That's what I'm gonna do. I like that. That was hilarious. Cross-contamination. I like that. That's cross-contamination whenever you mix responsibilities with abilities. Don't make me responsible for what I know how to do. Yeah, okay. I like that. So obviously you're a pastor's kid, right?
Yeah.
Both of your parents in ministry. What's that like for you? I'm curious.
Can I be real with you?
Well, it depends on how real you're going to be, because you can still be grounded after this.
Oh.
No, I'm just playing.
I had my phone there.
What's that like for you? I mean, there could be other people, maybe other kids out there whose parents are in ministry, or there could be other parents out there wanting to go into ministry, and maybe some information that you would have would give them some insight on how they could prepare for that type of situation. So what's it like going to high school for the first time, being the kid of a PK, what they call it, but being a pastor's kid? Like, what's that like?
Well, a lot of people know that. Well, I'm gonna tell you two things. A lot of people know that being a pastor's kid is having to be like, oh, you can't do that, or no, you can't do that. Your parents are not gonna like accept that and stuff. I don't really personally see it that way, because I'm not gonna say people exaggerate on PKs, like saying it's so hard, it's so hard. Like, I don't know how y'all handle it. Like, it's not that we don't handle it, because I'm not gonna say we get royal treatment, but we also get to be backstage with our parents and still have like the experience as my parents do. But sometimes it can be a little hard, because I'm not gonna say that pastors work a lot, which they do work a lot, but sometimes as a kid, like, you want to have attention from your parents, and sometimes I don't get that. But I'm not saying that like I don't know.
Say it how you want to say it. It's okay, babe, because I think what's important for parents to hear, and it's something I want to say to you as well, what's always important to me is not that you're a pastor's kid. What's important to me first is that you're a kid.
Yeah.
And I'm not ever worried about what you're going to do that would embarrass me. I'm worried about what you're going to do that will embarrass you. Because there's certain things that will embarrass you now that you don't know actually embarrass you. You'll wait till later. Like, whenever I was a kid, I was probably about 11 years old, right? And you're going to find this hard to believe, but when I was 11 years old, I had a lot of hair. Like, a lot.
Cap.
Oh, you think that's cap?
Cap.
Yeah, I had a lot of hair, a lot. And
What happened?
I got this idea in my head. There was this rapper that was very popular at the time,
gosh.
and his name was Vanilla Ice. Okay?
Vanilla Ice.
That was his name. He sang that song, doom 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 doom. Doom 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 doom. Ice, ice, baby.
Oh.
Okay, and like
Wait,
he
I
was
thought
the
that was Ice Cube.
No. His name was Vanilla Ice, and he was vanilla because he was the only vanilla rapper there was at the time that people were getting to know. And he had this hairstyle. The hairstyle he had there was this box fade, right? There was a fade on the sides, and it went down to a V in the back.
Oh,
and then it had
please
these.
tell me you did not.
I sure did. I did it, and then he had highlights. Right? He had highlights. So I got the Vanilla Ice haircut, and I got the highlights too. Shout out to anybody out there, and all you 40 plus people out there that had the Vanilla Ice haircut, and I got the highlights too, and it seemed like the best idea. There's a picture at my mother's house you will never see, but there's a picture at my mother's house
I will definitely see.
I look back now, I said, oh my gosh, that is so embarrassing. But I didn't know how embarrassing it was at the time.
I'm glad you shaved your head off.
Well, I didn't shave. I had help by nature because most of my hair fell out. That's why I shaved.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know why I started shaving my head. Do you know why? I have this scar right here. It's a scar from the chicken pox. And that scar
From the
used to-
chicken pox, a chicken.
You know how chicken
Bite
pox
you?
is a sickness. No, it's
Oh.
like a bad fever, and your body breaks out into this rash.
Ooh.
Yeah, chicken bit me. But anyway, you know how old I was whenever I got chicken pox?
7.
Most kids get them whenever they're anywhere from 3 to 7 years old. They actually vaccinate you so you don't get them. I'd never been vaccinated for the chicken pox before. It was my senior year in high school.
Oh my
Now for me, I was 16, but it was my senior year in high school, and it was 2 weeks before graduation, and I got chicken pox. And I didn't know I had chicken pox. I thought I had broke out, and I had acne, and all the chicken pox hit me in my head. So I thought I had acne out. I thought I was just sitting there trying to figure out how to get rid of these pimples that were on my head. And it wasn't until I broke out in this horrible fever that they told me I had chicken pox. So I ended up with this scar because I tried to, pop. I would have been very popular on YouTube way back then because I would, you pop pimples. That's what you do as a teenager. You pop and you hide.
I do not like
You pop and
that.
you hide pimples.
I do not
That's
like
what you
that.
try to do. But anyway, I had this chicken pox scar, and I noticed about a year later that you could see it. It used to be covered with hair, and then you could see it. And I always said, once I can't cover it with my hair, I'm shaving my head. Like it's just gonna happen. And that's why I started shaving my head. I was 19 years old
Wow.
when I started shaving my head. I have had a bald head longer than I ever had hair.
Wow,
in
you
my
want to
life.
know why I shaved my head?
You don't shave your head.
You're right. That's why. Because I don't think I look good with shaved head.
No, you wouldn't. But you'd be beautiful anyway, even bald. I can tell.
Thank you.
You have a face for baldness.
Thank you.
So we talked about, your first day of school a little bit. We talked about what it's like being a pastor's kid and some of the pressures that could possibly face you. But what's it like being a pastor's kid and having your first experience going into high school?
Ooh.
Because it's one thing to be a pastor's kid whenever you're around the other people that your
Correct.
parents pastor. But what's it like?
Oh.
What are some of the things that you deal with being a pastor's kid when you're not around the people that?
Well, like a teenager's image of high school is going out, partying, having the best time of your life. But as a pastor's kid, I've learned to see stuff that I'm not supposed to do. So when I see it, I'm like, oh, wow, that's what my mom was talking about. Oh, wow, that's what my dad was talking about, And I'm not going to say it makes me feel guilty when I see it. Like, it's weird. Because, my parents tell me, stories, not anything bad, but they just tell me stories on what not to do. And then I, see it, let's say, for some reason, there's going to be a fight at school.
Yeah.
Well, they tell me not to fight. And when I see it, I'm like, oh, my gosh. That's,
You see what it looks like?
yeah. And
Yeah.
I see it. And it's weird because I'm not saying, a lot of people know that I'm a PK, but I guess when people do know that I'm a PK, people always ask me do you ever wish your parents don't want to be pastors, or do you ever wish you had a normal life? And I'm like, I don't necessarily think like that, because being a pastor's kid is one of the most best things that have ever happened to me, and I've been born with it. And I'm so grateful because not only do I get to have a godly relationship with my parents, I get to learn more and more about God than, I'm not gonna say than any other kid, but I get, I guess, more information. So when I hear people today, I'm gonna set an example. Today they were talking about how Eve was made out of Adam's rib, but they didn't say that. They were like, well, Eve was made by Adam. And I was like, I didn't want to argue because it was the first day of school. So I was like, no, I think I should be quiet. But then everyone was like, oh yeah, and they're getting wrong information. Then they're going to start believing it. So I was like, should I take the chance? I was like, I think I should. And I was like, y'all are wrong. And then they all how do you know you're wrong? How do you know I'm wrong, or something like that? And I was like, well, in the Bible, okay, let me stop there. One of the best things about a pastor's kid is being able to teach other teenagers like me about the Bible, because from a teenager's point of view, I do not like, well, not like, but I just don't love it whenever a teacher or a parent's trying to teach me something about God, or not like.
I understand what you're saying.
Like
sometimes
that.
It's harder to receive information from someone older, and it's a little bit easier to receive it from people that are your age.
Because like, oh yeah, that's right. Like my dad, like, I always say, okay, period. And then when I hear my dad say period, I'm like, okay, like.
It sounds goofy.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know, I get what you're saying though. It's you get information that maybe most kids don't get. Like there are some things that are different, but for the most part, you have a normal childhood. I mean, your life is normal. You like the same things other kids like. You want to do the same things other kids, typically want to do, and you have the same mannerisms. Looking at you right now, there's nothing different about you. You're beautiful, you're fun, you like to joke around, you play, you have your moments, you know what I mean? So like all of us, so it is a normal lifestyle, but you get information that the reality is most people don't get. Yeah. Most kids your age don't get, and you get to be around it every single day. You get to see that all the time. But I'll tell you one thing, as we're about to close out, I want to thank y'all for spending time with me and G today on this first day or Let's Talk Right Now Back to School edition. But I will say one thing. You do have to endure some things and go through. We have meeting with people, going different places, sitting in different areas, and having to be with us because you're still at an age where you got to be where we're at.
But in 2 years, I'll be skirt driving myself to Starbucks.
We'll see how that works.
Sephora.
That's why you bet that CNA gonna come in handy when you start driving, because you're gonna need gas money to do those things. But
we'll just call you. Like,
but no, I think that the cool thing that we see in that is I want to tell you, you do great. You know what I mean? With what you have, and it's an honor. I love the fact that I've been able to come into your life. I've been in your life now longer than I wasn't in your life. I got to meet you for the first time when you were 5 years old. You know what I mean? And then I've been around you ever since. And so watching how you've grown and what you've become, I know that great things are going to happen for you, and high school is going to be an amazing time in your life, and I'm glad we get to be a part of it.
There's definitely a bunch of big kids.
That's all right. In a couple of years, you're going to be one of those big kids.
Oh, look, someone said, Josh, my daughter is 2, and I'm not ready for any of this.
Well, I've already graduated 3 kids from high school, and then your brother's right across town, started his junior year today.
I know.
Isn't that crazy? Junior year.
I thought he was, I'm going to be completely honest, I thought he was going in his sophomore year.
No, junior year. Junior year in high school. Shout out to little Javi. We love you, man. We know that it's going to be going great for you too. Excited about what God is going to be doing. And to all the students that are watching with us today, listen, it's important for you to know this, that if you know Jesus, if God is in your life, then you have a responsibility and a privilege to go into the schools every single day and do what Pastor E and I tell you to do every single week before we let you go from whether it be Collective or Let's Talk Right Now. And we always give people one instruction. You know what it is?
Yes.
What is it?
Go be the church.
We love you. Bye-bye.